Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to GB Gaming. You're joining Bane today and we are looking at the Minmatar. What I do want to say is I'm not going to go over the research trees because there's not really that much different. They have changed the icons out for the guns, but generally most of it is the same. You do have a few changes like target, painter, etc. But if you've played Eve, you'll know what most of these icons mean. And if you've seen my other video, you kind of know what they are. So all I'm going to really do is show off the ships. I will say the only thing I really would like to see from the mod is that they put the faction specific stations that are found in their spacing, because these are Marian stations are still available for the other races. So we'll wait to see if the mod developers do that long term, and I think that would be nice if they did. There are different stations in Eve. If you've played Eve, you'll know what I'm on about, and it'd be nice to see those. So I'm going to start off, if I can find because all my abilities are glaringly on the probe, which is their scout ship, and this will start you off on the journey of understanding Minmatar. Minmatar were a slave race originally. They were captured while they were reasonably primitive, I should say. They were tribes by the Amarians and used as slaves. Eventually they broke free and formed the Minmatar Republic. Now, they don't have any love for the Amarians, that's for sure. But they have built their fleet up and based on their own designs and tribal warfare philosophy. We are about to get raided by pirates. Hey! So we have the probe, which is acts as your exploration. So again, we can send it off and it will go explore and do your scouting. It has Zydo field generators, so this is just going to help you as a jump beacon, get your ships to jump wherever you want them to be. You then have a few of the other ships that we want to go over, so let me just see if I can find them. I'm just noticing that some of the icons, that appears to be a Punisher icon, so I'm not sure what's going on there. So there's a few icon bits that need to be done. There should be a breacher. There's a breacher. So the breacher, which is, my one's currently invisible. Let's see if I can make a new one, since my one is invisible.
Give me something to bomb.
So hopefully, does it come out of this one? There she is. So there's the breacher. The breacher acts similar to the Inquisitor. It's a missile ship really, and obviously when you do the upgrades, it becomes a covert op ship, which is why my other one is close. Again, you can see how delicate. I look at the images just to go, these are so delicate. They get hit by one weapon, they're just going to explode. But apparently not. And that's not how they function in Eve either. So, well, everything's fragile in Eve, to be fair. So, that's the covert ops, if you like, missile ship or long-range missile ship, artillery ship, you could say, in this mod now. And then we get on to the Rifter, one of my favourite frigates of all time. Actually upgrades to the Wolf. This was the thing that gave the name Wolf Pack, because you used to see lots of Rifters just fly around blowing people up, mass Rifter frigate packs. And again, it's just a lovely ship. You've got the cockpit here, and these giant vents. It kind of feels like something I always say out of Star Wars. I know that sounds really weird, but if you think pod racing, you'll get what I mean. So yeah, the Rifter, really, really nice looking ship. I can't say the same for the cruisers, however, because well, the destroyer's good. Let's get to the destroyer first. I nearly forgot about this the last time. The Talwar destroyer, again, quite a nice looking ship. I love the engines on the back of the Talwar destroyer. Just look really beefy. Again, it's equivalent to the coercers the Amarians have. It's obviously firing autocannons, which is mainly their main weapons. So autocannons tends to be the things that most people arm their ships with in the Minmatar. You then have, there is a tactical destroyer down here as well. Just going to show that off. There she is, the Viapol. And you then have somewhere, I need to find the next one up, which is the cruiser. I'm looking for the Stabber. So you got the Stabber. Again, quite a nice long elongated ship, quite sleek looking. This again is the covert ops version. I don't know why it's called the Muning, because it's not. That's not the right picture anyway. But that's gonna get sorted hopefully. Stasis weather fire afterburner, pretty standard fare. Comes with gauze, this one. You then have, I'm looking for the Bellicose and the Skive. So the Skive, which is probably the first cruiser anyone ever got, and it was kind of like a bit disappointing if I'm being honest with you. It's not the prettiest of cruiser, but this acts as a logi ship. Again, similar to the Augora. You've got the remote repairer twice, which just does shield. So they're shield tanking the Minmatar. You had the Rupture. I won't do the Rupture yet. Let's do the Bellicose. The Bellicose, again, not the prettiest of ships, is what I mean about their cruisers. Not the prettiest of ships. You have the Afterburner and Weber Fire. So there's a lot of Weber Fires so far in the Minmatar fleet. And then onto the Rupture, which is kind of the equivalent to the Mauler, their heavy cruiser, if you like. You get Micro Warp Drive, Stasis Web again, the Silo Filter and Interdiction Sphere, so it acts as a heavy interdict cruiser. Or the interdiction obviously stopping you from jumping. Again, you notice some Amari and iconography pictures here. Hopefully the devs are working on getting their iconography up to date. And that kind of ties it up for the cruisers. And then we're going to go on to the actual battle cruisers. And the first one you'll get is the Cyclone. And I love this ship, actually. I thought this was quite a cool looking design, even with the panels. Like this kind of flared kind of headdress, if you like, you know, prancing round, if you like. It's a very nice ship. Comes with missile damage, has a micro warp drive, it has the same kind of battle cruisers command links. So this one does shields, which basically does damage resistance. And it has an invulnerability shield, so it increases damage resistance a bit more. So quite a tough ship, stays in the fight. And then I'm looking for what I think is one of their nicest battle cruisers, which is the Hurricane, which is here. Look at that. Tell me that isn't a nice looking ship. Look how sleek it is. I'll give a Star Destroyer a run for its money. Micro Warp Drive, again, Shield Mind Link and Invulnerability Shield. Again, a nice looking one. This one obviously has gauze instead of missiles, so slightly different weapon loads out again. But I do love that. And then we're on to the battleships. And the first battleship you got was the Typhoon, and this is the Typhoon. And she was always considered pretty tanky, and she looks pretty tanky as well. Big ship. This skybox is really not helping me in this, I think. But hopefully you get the idea. They're quite dark ships, but you've got again Covert Ops jump bridge, creates another jump beacon, the cloaking. You've got the micro warp drive, so quite a cool setup. The next battleship in line was the Tempest. This is kind of the one that rivaled the Apocalypse class. Again, this one has a micro jump drive, capital shield boosters, tracking. It's quite a cool vessel. It was used mainly for sniping out and against Apocalypse back in the day. It's armed with gauze at the moment, so gauze cannons. It does come with drones as well, so quite a nice battleship. Again, very thin and elongated, so you get this kind of feeling with the Minmatar. They seem more delicate than they actually are. And finally, what they did add in later into the game was the Maelstrom, which again I felt was quite a departure from the other two battleships. But it's kind of, again, long, thin. There's nice gaps there, but you can see through the ship these winds stopping down. I hope she holds together. So do I. Duct tape. That's what these people refer to me, but duct tape is us. Invulnerability shield again, afterburner, and a capital shield booster. So lots of shield boosting capability with the battleships. And that's kind of the cool bit. We're on to the kind of big ships now. Nice and fast so far today. So we'll start with let's start with the Nidhogger, which is the sort of light carrier of the Minmatar. This is their Nidhogger. Again, quite a nice ship. Kind of looks like a bit like a roof of a house, doesn't it, with that angle? Capable of running drones. I think this one, what did we arm our drones with? So we've got Gram and Einherji. If I get the names wrong, guys, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at Nordic kind of style names. Yeah, so quite a nice ship. Look at it from top down as well. Again, you want some carriers in your fleet in this mod. They are very helpful. We come on to our favourites though, the actual anti-capital ship, which is Nagfar. What I will say about this, you've got the two versions. You've got the anti-capital and you have the anti-large ship. What's it called? The anti-subcapital. There you go. Anti-capital, anti-subcapital. So these are for targeting, I think, battleships, and these are for targeting the actual other dreadnoughts. So these again come with lots of gauze cannons on. Oh, I swear there was an auto cannon set up back in the day for these as well, but I can't remember. It's been so long. Again, very long. It kind of reminds you of the Homeworld ship, doesn't it, in some ways? Very long, typical Minmatar elongated ship. They're not really elongated up, but they're elongated down. So you've got both of those there. And then we're on to the Hell class, which is the large, heavy carrier. I love this design again. It's like an evolution of the Nidhogger, and it's very, very nice. You can see the squads here. I don't know if I can zoom in on those squads anymore. It's not letting me zoom in. Not letting me. Why would you let me zoom in on you guys? So there we go. You can see the squads. I'll try and get them in view there. Very, very nice carrier. Again, you got all the usual stuff. You got a projected ECM burst. That sounds quite cool. So like an EMP burst, I'm guessing. And finally, onto the thing you've all been waiting for, which is their Titan. Now, I can't say I'm a massive fan of the Ragnarok, but a lot of people do like it. If you play Minmatar, I'm sure you're used to seeing this. If you want to build lots of them, this is a mod for it. You've got the usual things. You've got the Galahorn, which is the super ability, a bit like Judgment. Will fire, look at that damage, 100,000 damage. Comes with another Mind Link again. It comes with EMP Smart Bomb. So you get the idea. Very much a shield tanky, quite a cool fleet. Fun to go up against the Amarians. But I do want to see some changes. I want to see the iconography updated. I hope the mod authors are going to do that. I want to see Minmatar stations, not looking at Amarian stations. So there's quite a few bits that I want to see happening. What we'll try and do, let's try and spawn in some ships. In fact, just for fun, what we'll do is we will spawn in some actual Amarian capital ships. So let's build in the Archon. We'll do the Revelation. And we'll do an Aeon in there as well. So we've got a couple of ships in here. So you can see the fleet, the kind of guns they're firing, lots of weapons going off here. Oh, there goes, look, one of their carriers has gone already.
Comlink online.
See the Ragnarok firing. See lots of autocannons, lots of missiles going off. But you can see heavy autocannons everywhere. They stand no chance in Amarian capital, especially since I have so many ships here. Look at that firepower coming off of the Alteas there.
Protect them, sir.
See if we can fire its main weapon.
Through to the con.
Should do loads of damage, which it seems to have done. There he goes. It's a firing Galahorn. Very powerful blast.
For the coalition.
Got the missiles coming off the Typhoon there. I think we've got this battle under our control. Going up with all the shots from all the different types of drones.
Our orders, Commander. Where they need. Brace for combat.
Let's activate the siege modules of the ships.
Secure the passenger.
It is taking some damage, this Revelation. You will be destroyed. So quite a lot of my vessels not really taking that much damage. I expect this Aeon to actually melt. Pretty fast.
Ready to move out.
It's not like it can go anywhere. Its speed is down by 1,000% at the moment because of all the weather fires in this fleet.
To protect them, sir. Go ahead.
explore some more fun bits and pieces. We'll add some more capital ships in. Perhaps we'll add... Let's not add a capital ship. Actually, let's add... what is it? Frigate. Minmatar. Some more typhoons. Some more typhoons. Add some tempests as well. Running out the big guns. I would like to see some more specific voiceovers as well for. I don't know why they jumped away there. Very strange. Look at those missiles now coming in from the typhoons. So if you want to see lots of missiles, actually no, I lied. Break Kaldari. See how tanky an Aeon actually is. It's not an easy ship to actually kill. But we are getting there. We are starting to slowly work it down.
They're as good as dead. Time is short.
These are really good abilities to have the micro jumps.
They're as good as dead.
And get your fleets into position. There she goes. Brilliant white flash. And our fleet appears to be victorious. There are some drones still around.
Comsat has detected inbound hostiles.
So there we go. So that is the Minmatar. I really hope you have enjoyed watching this video. I hope you will try out Sins of Empires. I will leave the mod link in the description. Do check it out. They do have a Discord as well, so try joining that. And of course, if you want to play Sins mods, then don't forget to check out the CGB Discord for lots of Sins games. I know that quite a few players have been hosting them recently, so do chat to those guys and say in looking to play that you'd like to play Sins, and I'm sure you'll find a game. This is Bane as always signing out, and we'll see you soon.